incomplete dominance and codominance. In today's episode, you are expected to meet the following objectives. Now, let us recall what you have learned in Mendelian genetics when you were in grade 8. You've learned about the different genetic terms such as phenotype and genotype, dominant and recessive, homozygous and heterozygous. Do you remember these terms? Let's try. What terms refers to an organism's observable physical or behavioral traits such as flower color and plant height? What is the correct answer? The correct answer is phenotype. If the alleles inherited for a certain trait are similar, what is it called? What is the correct answer? The correct answer is homozygous. Remember these terms, as they will be used in understanding today's lesson. The law of dominance tells us that the dominant trait masks the expression of the recessive trait. However, this is not always the case. There are times when both traits are expressed, like in the case of roan cows, or when traits blend, like in the case of pink 4-o'clock flower. This is what we explore in this lesson on non-Mendelian genetics. This includes incomplete dominance and codominance. What is incomplete dominance? Incomplete dominance is a form of intermediate dominance in which one allele for a specific trait is not completely dominant over the other allele. This results in the third phenotype, in which the expressed physical trait is a combination of a dominant and recessive traits. An example for incomplete dominance is the flower color of 4-o'clock plants. When a red colored flower is crossed with another white colored flower, then the possible phenotype of offspring will be all pink. Therefore, an incomplete dominance is simply the blending of traits that result to a third phenotype. How about codominance? In codominance, both alleles express equally in the phenotype of the heterozygote. For example, the color of feathers in chicken. When a homozygous black-feathered chicken is crossed with a homozygous white-feathered chicken, then the first generation offspring are all heterozygous checkered chicken. That means that black and white feather color are both expressed. From what you observe around you, can you identify other examples of incomplete dominance? How about for codominance? This time, let us try to solve genetic problems related with incomplete dominance and codominance. Do you remember now? That is right. We use point square. Punnett square is a square diagram that is used to determine the probability of an offspring having a particular genotype. Using Punnett squares can help us easily determine the possible genotypes and phenotypes of a parental cross. Let's recall the basic steps in doing a Punnett square. First, draw a 3 by 3 box. Second, write the alleles of the father on the upper horizontal boxes. Third, write the alleles of the mother on the leftmost vertical boxes. Finally, cross the different alleles in the vacant boxes to predict the possible genotype of the offspring. Now, you have the Punnett square. Once the Punnett square is completed, identify the resulting genotypes and their corresponding phenotypes. This is followed by identifying the genotypic and the phenotypic ratio to satisfy whatever is required by the given problem. Suppose a heterozygous golden tan horse is bred to a homozygous white-colored horse. What is the chance of having a white-colored offspring? What is the chance of having a golden tan offspring? We use the symbol C for the allele for chestnut coat and the uppercase letter W for white. We also consider this situation as a case of incomplete dominance. Let us begin by identifying the genotypes of the parents. What are the genotypes of the parents in this problem? The genotypes of the parents are symbolized by CW for the gold tan horse and by WW for the wine-colored horse. Now, I want you to represent this cross using a Punnett square. Have you done it right? Let's check. Remember the following combinations. 2 C's represent chestnut coat. 2 W's represent white coat. And a C and a W combined represents a golden tan or a palomino coat. Now, refer to the Punnett square. How many of the possible offspring are white? Correct. It is 2. How many of the offspring will be palominos? Good job. The correct answer is also 2. Now, let's determine the chance in percent of having white and a golden tan or a palomino horse. How do you do this? You simply divide the number of possibilities per specific trait by the total number of possibilities, which is 4 in this case. Then, multiply it by 100. Now, try it yourself. Did you get this answer? The genotypic ratio is, meanwhile, the phenotypic ratio is. To answer the questions, we say that the chance for having a white-colored offspring is 50%. Meanwhile, the chance for having a golden tan or palomino offspring is 50%. Wow, great job! In this next problem, we deal with a situation that exemplifies codominance. In cats, black and tan fur colors are codominant. When a black cat mates with a tan-colored cat, the offspring produced will have a fur with tabby pattern. Suppose a black faced with a tabby cat. What is the chance in percent that the offspring is black? What is the chance that the offspring will display a tabby pattern? How do you solve this problem? Use the same procedures that we have used in the earlier example. The only difference in this problem is that the traits are codominant. You can do it. You may pause this video while you solve this problem. Let's go over the correct answers. This is the parental cross. Here is the tabby square. Here are the possible genotypes and their corresponding phenotypes. To answer the problem, we solve for the percent chance. Did you get the same answer as this? Congratulations! You did a wonderful job. Let's sum up what we have learned in this episode. I hope you enjoyed learning. See you next time and thank you for watching. Bye!